Today, we're going to be talking about how to sign clients for your tech business in 30 days or less, even when you have no freelancing experience. Hi, I'm Lillian Pearson, and I am a business coach for tech entrepreneurs and aspiring tech entrepreneurs. Just to tell you a little bit about why I'm qualified to share on this topic, I've used the method I'm about to teach you to land a freelancing job. The one and only time that I did freelancing on one of the freelancing websites was back in 2013, and I used this method then. I had no experience on a freelancing website, and I was able to land a $60 per hour job using this methodology. I also used it to get a job in 2011 after having submitted 600 resumes. I learned this new approach, and I got a job from this approach, but I also got 3 interviews out of 4 application submittals just from using this approach. But previous to that, I had put in 600 resumes and not gotten a job. This was back in 2011. So this approach really works. The sources of what I'm about to teach you include guerrilla marketing for job hunters. That's one area where I learned about this. And then another is a course by Neville Mendoza, I think his name. It's called Copywriting Course. So I took that back in 2014. And what we're really going to be talking about today here is copywriting. And this is time-tested copywriting technique. And so this isn't like a fad or a trend. This is something that's going to work throughout the ages. So before giving you the details on what is the technique or how to apply it, let me tell you where you can apply this. So I actually have a new business manager. We've been working together now for 2 months, and she used this exact approach. She used this exact approach on me. She actually found me in a Facebook group, and then she did her research and she found my private email address, and she used this approach, and I was, of course, very impressed. It's a good approach, and so I really wanted to hire her, and that was a good decision. I used it way back when on Elance, but you could use it on freelancing websites today, like Upwork or any of the other ones. It would work there, or LinkedIn Pro Finder. Or you could even use it for landing an employment position. So I did that, like I said, back in 2011. Now, what this approach is really for is cold bids. So this is, like say you're going after a job and you basically want the job and the person doesn't know anything about you, right? So this is not at all what I teach in my coaching program, or that I really advise my clients to even do, because we don't really, cold outreach is not desirable. So what I actually teach in my group coaching program and to my coaching clients is how to basically get leads coming to you, so they already want to work with you when they reach out to you. But it is good to know how to do this in case you need to if you need to bid on a job, this is, it's handy to have this this methodology ready to use, so you can refer back to this video anytime. All right, so what are we talking about here today? We're talking about AIDA. Who here knows what AIDA is? It's a classic copywriting technique called attention. So AIDA stands for AIDA. That stands for attention, interest, desire, and action, okay? And instead of going to any copyright theory, I'm just going to explain to you how I would actually apply this. So you can use that as a template. If you need to do any cold bids, you can you can just use my template and customize it for your own purposes. So I put together a fictitious scenario where I wanted to put a cold bid together for a technology strategy service. So for the attention element of this bid, which would be, the attention is always the very first sentence. You want to say something shocking or something that makes someone worry or something to grab their attention. Okay, so in this mock-up situation, I included a shocking statistic. So I said, "Dear Sally, did you know that 66% of tech projects fail within their first 18 months?" Okay, so that's the attention-grabbing statement. It goes at the very top. And then we move into interest right away. In the interest section, you actually educate them. So my example is, it's very sad, actually, because 90% of these failures could have been prevented had the business had a proper technology strategy in place before moving into the implementation phase. That's because in order to produce a strategic plan, your technical consultant must conduct a comprehensive evaluation of your entire business, its existing technologies, and its lowest hanging fruit. The fact is that most of these failed projects never would have been initiated in the first place had the project been based on a solid strategic evaluation. Okay, so basically I'm educating the person who's getting this bid, and they're kind of getting a little impressed because I know what I'm talking about, and they're kind of thinking, yeah, that's probably right. Then you move into the desire phase. And the desire phase is where you basically tell them, they're a badass and you're a badass. So in desire, you would say, "I saw that your company is okay, so this is an example I made up like 10 minutes before this call, right? So I saw that your company is looking to implement X, Y, and Z technical solution, and I can see why. Your company is whatever, impressive, good, badass because of X, Y, and Z, and I am a big fan of its mission to X, Y, and Z. Now, I could tell you all about why you need to hire me before making the decision to implement X, Y, and Z technology across your organization, but why not let the facts speak for themselves? Over the past several years, I've gotten the following results from my clients. And then you list off some results that you've gotten for your clients. And when you list results, they should always be boiled down to the bottom line of a business, which comes down usually, it comes down to money. So it's money, efficiency, man hours, that sort of things. So you'd say, I saved X company, Y number of dollars, I increased business revenues by X% for Y company, or I increase production efficiency by X% for Z company. So you always want to boil it down to dollars and cents and make it quantitative. Your results are value driven and quantitative. Okay, so just you put in some of your results and you say, I could go on, but I think you get the point. And then you move into action. So you see, this is not like going on too long. This is very brief and succinct, but it really grabs the people's attention, and it kind of commands, like, it shows that you have expertise and that you know what you're talking about, right? So it's not like begging for a job. It's like basically like, I know what I'm talking about here and I can help you like I've helped these other people. The last part is action. And action is, I would love to speak with you for a moment about supporting you and your company on this X, Y, and Z project. So click here for time to book a time for us to speak, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. And that is action. So you want to, whenever you're using this technique, you want to be super specific about the action you want them to take, because that basically shows that you have a process and that also you're confident. You're not saying, can you please, asking them basically and kind of questioning whether or not you're good enough. You basically show like precedent. You have an expectation that, yeah, this is like, they're going to move forward on this, and this is exactly what they need to do to move forward. And that is how ADA works. I've seen it. I've hired people who use this technique. I've been hired after I use this technique. It's extremely effective. And I want to encourage you guys. We have a community over on Facebook. I'm live there, but I am also live here on Instagram and on Twitter. And I want to invite everyone to join the Tech Entrepreneur Collective. It is a community of tech entrepreneurs and aspiring tech entrepreneurs. We get in there. I'm in there every day, and we have a strong group of people supporting one another in building out our tech businesses, and giving each other feedback. And there's also free training, and it comes with a toolkit, the Tech Entrepreneur Toolkit. nice little toolkit. And so you are definitely invited to join us within the Tech Entrepreneur Collective. What I will do is I will put the link in the comments of this video after we're done producing it. And if you're on Instagram, I will put the link in Instagram stories for today. And then I just want to encourage you to come back tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be super juicy. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be telling you how I made $4,000 plus 5,000 email subscribers plus a $3,000 per hour remote speaking gig from one blog post series. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through each and every step of how I managed to pull that off. Okay, so that's tomorrow, and I will see you then. Oh, in the meantime, if you have any questions, just leave them on the comment section or send me a DM with a question, and someone from my team will put it on our roster, and I will be addressing that in future lives. All right, peace.